All right, I think it's time to get this project going. I am going to be making 10 different items with this 10 pound of modeling clay in the next few weeks. And the first one I'm going to try and tackle is a bowl. It's one of the more basic shape, like a little snack bowl. I am a big fan of bowls. It's my go-to for most food. When I was getting moving ready for my house, I had got so many different bowls, and there's something about bowls that I love. And a good size like snack bowl where it's not too tall and it has like perfect palm size is my favorite for snacks. So I'm gonna cut this open and I'm gonna cut off a pound of clay and start the wedging process. So I'm gonna do 1 pound project. So this one's right on the nose, 1 pound. So I'm good to go to start kneading this. And kneading, I keep forgetting that it's not bread. No, I'm gonna start wedging it. And I remember now it was like ram's head, and it just helps to get air bubbles out and just make the texture consistent. It feels kind of similar to what the clay that I used in the classes. Like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, because it does feel almost like more malleable. So you can see I'm starting to get this like ram's head and just curling it over. Alright, so I've got my wheel here, and this was gonna be the first time that I use it. You may hear Gretchen in the background because and you might see her too. She likes to make her presence known. But I'm gonna try and center it and try to remember how it was done, because when you have like 6 weeks go by from when you did the first time, right? And just hope that it stays on. My hands need so much more water. I'm still trying to figure out if I am actually centering pieces of this. Beginner, right? I gotta remember that it's so hard to think that you're gonna be perfect, or, you know, even with a few trials and beginner classes, that you're gonna be able to remember to do stuff, but not at all. I can't remember now. I feel like it's centered. It feels like the same distance from either side. So I'm gonna go with it and hope that this bowl turns out. Now remember how to, I gotta put a hole in here. No, wait, two fingers. Now I say I'm trying to get the shape of a snack bowl, but really I won't be able to use it as a snack bowl because this is air dry clay and I will not be able to eat food out of it. It's not food safe. It doesn't seal. I'm just going to be painting them and then maybe doing a Mod Podge, so it's going to be decoration anyways. But I really want to just practice this shape that I hope to get when I actually make pottery with stoneware. If I ever find a kiln that's not too expensive, or community kiln. Into stuff. So I'm gonna do away from me, no, towards me. I'm gonna do away from me. Okay. Now, the tricky part was always, let me get some of this water that's in here. Oh no, I did go all the way down. Maybe I can fix it. Oh yeah, I definitely have like a hole underneath. How did I? That was the one thing I forgot to check. Is like holes. I don't think this is a good idea. All right, I'm gonna try and practice anyways, because you know what? It's just gonna be a vessel. Oh yes, look at this. Look at this hole. It's a nice hole. But honestly, it's not bad for a first attempt. And like I said, I was gonna do 10 projects out of each pound. I'm gonna try and just recycle this, see if I can. But it's actually not too bad. You know what? Oh, maybe that's what I didn't do right. Let's cut it down just to see, I just like splashed tons of water in my face. Let's cut it down to see what is my width, all like, not width. Is it width? Okay, why aren't you cutting all the way down? Seesaw. All right. To see like if I was pretty consistent, and no, look at how much I have here. Like, can you see that? It's pretty thick. And what's interesting is this has like, I can see the fibers, like the hair, paper clay. So it's an air dry clay, so it has that. But yeah, it's definitely, I do like the shape I was going for. So here I would have had to take some more out. But you know what? That's a decent attempt. And I'm gonna try this again. Do I want to try to keep going with this bowl? All right, back again. I've wedged another piece and cleaned up a bit. I may have been doing this with a going counterclockwise rather than clockwise, so it might have made it harder for me. Again, I'm going purely on memory because I felt like I could do it, and I'm gonna try. No, this doesn't feel right. It has to be counterclockwise. Like. I feel like I'm doing all the steps in wrong order, but at the same time, I feel like pottery is intuitive in some sense because it's all about the feel. So I'm gonna hope that this is not coming up. Oh gosh, I did. Like, how are you supposed to get it so you don't? Okay. Oh, I think that's lopsided. Did I not get this right? I'm not showing you. I'm looking at it close up in my face. It actually turned out pretty cute. It's larger than I would normally do for a snack bowl. So I'm thinking I just need less clay. But I actually like this size. It's not too bad, but it's a little too big for what I was looking for to hold in my palm. All right, hello, and we are back 4 days later. My bowl has dried to the leather dry stage. So I can pick it up now and show you a little close-ups. It's hefty at the bottom, so I definitely need to turn the inside here and inside here and clean up the edges a bit. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to turn this bowl. Now, I've only done it once before, and so I find it the most trickiest because no experience. I gotta use this tool to carve some out, and this one too. These ones I am both familiar with, so I'm going to give it a go. I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, I've seen other ones use maybe like something like this. I don't know. I think this feels more advanced than I'm at, so I will try those. Yeah, I'm gonna start place it on the wheel with a little bit of water, and I'm gonna give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to switch my wheel to reverse. Powered on. I recall that it was on the reverse side I had to do turning. Some traces. I'm just going to wet my wheel a bit. A little faster. All right. So I have my bowl, and I'm gonna turn this a little bit and do a little taps so we can get this to stick on. Stuck. And then you gotta center it. This was the you get a little taps. Nope. I had the most difficulty of centering it when it's leather. I think you have to gentle pat it. You don't want to really push the bottom in. I'm going to use this tool to go in. And I feel like I have quite a lot that I could go in. So I remember there's a specific way to hold this that was much more comfortable this way because you have more control. I kept putting it in like pen or pencil, but it's really, you want this like pointing your finger down into it. finished turning the bowl. It's harder than I remembered. No, it's just as hard as I remember. It's really not even. But I had it here to dry a little bit longer, so you can see my room here is not even, but you know, like I said, I don't care. It's going to be usable in a sense. I forgot how hard it is. I struggled so hard with this in class, and that is something I realized I'm going to need a lot more practice on turning. Throwing, I kind of get a good sense of it. I know the feel that I'm going for. With turning and trying to remove, that to me is like my brain doesn't understand. Trying to get it centered, it won't go on, and I don't want to destroy it. So yeah, but I'm happy how it's turning out, and I can't wait to paint it in the style. I have found some inspiration pictures, and I'll show you what they are. I'm going for an Aztec style with like leaving the natural color on the exterior, and then I want to do some geometric pattern that's like with some brush marks left, so it kind of gives it like that H look. So I'm going to find some creamy white acrylic paint, which I probably have in my supplies, and I'm going to do that for the next part. So in a few days, once it's fully air dried, I'm gonna paint and we'll go from there. All right, it's been, when was it that I turned this bowl? Well, I'm losing track of my days. I'm gonna say it's been 4 days since turning. And it's so light now, this paper clay bowl. I was rewatching some of the videos and I realized this unevenness when I was turning and removing some of the rim was also present when it was first thrown. So I think it's just coming from not being perfectly centered, and yeah, I think that has maybe ruined it, but I still like how it turned out, this cute little bowl. Now it feels more like snack size bowl. So maybe that was the right amount of clay. Now I did take off maybe about 1/2 inch of the rim when I was turning because I made a mistake. I was turning and I gouged like the side. So it still has kind of like, I can feel the texture, like it is what it is. But it's still cute, and I'm gonna paint it in the style that I showed earlier. So right now I've got all my supplies, and I'm gonna do a few sketches of designs of like lines and geometric patterns for the exterior. So the exterior is gonna keep this like color. I don't know, see if you can see it because the light's a bit bright on it, but it's nice. It's got a nice clay grayish tone, I'd say. So I do want to keep that. And then I have these two colors. So it's Magic Fly. I got these off of Amazon a few years back. But I have it in white, and I have light apricot. So I'm going to mix this to try to get, this is a really white, and what I want is a creamy white. It's more warm tones. So I'm going to mix that up, and I'm going to be putting all white inside and then doing those geometric patterns. So I need to figure out how I want to do that. I'm going to do some sketching for the patterns. completed all 4 sides. I actually went back in and changed the triangles that I did. I went back and filled it in because I think I like this look more. I like how it turned out. I think I'm just gonna do 1 coat because it's leaving that kind of, it's not fully opaque, which is kind of the look I was going for. Alrighty. So I thought about it again. Did I want to Mod Podge it? And I looked up some stuff. There was some contradicting information about putting Mod Podge on paper clay. Was it really sealing it? And usually put it underneath acrylic paint. So I decided to leave it as is, and I kind of like the feel, the touch and feel of having the clay and not having like Mod Podge. I haven't tested it out, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this. I like how it turned out. I think I would do things a little differently, like every time I step downstairs to come and look at the bowl. I like how white it is compared to color of the clay. But yeah, it turned out very nice. I think I would do my pattern testing a little differently. I kind of feel like it's a bit too busy, but like I would have used more like the thicker geometric pattern lines, more from like the first inspiration picture that I had. I did really like the little lines, the ones with smaller detail, but I feel like you had to have carved those in and then had the paint or glaze really be just in those grooves, and you would wipe it away, so it would highlight the groove, the lines carved in. Maybe I would retry this bowl if I had like stoneware, and retry it with this kind of style as well, but with a little bit of different patterns. But I'm pleased with the results, and I hope what are your thoughts? Do you think this is cute? Would you try it the same if you're just starting in pottery, or have you worked with air clay as a beginner? I just liked being able to have a final project so that I can compare as I progress and see my skill hopefully grow. That is the goal, right? But I'm pretty pleased, and I'm going to continue on. Please, again, drop some words of wisdom and kindness below if you can. I would just love to hear what you have to say, and I hope you stay tuned for the next project I have. Also, it's ongoing as well as I move through the series of throwing. I will also be doing other pottery styles like hand building and sculpting. I do want to try all variations, even as so far as to create molds for slip pouring, but that's again really far in the future. And I like to plan. Sometimes my mind goes off and I tend to daydream about what I could potentially do, but I have to step back and ground myself and say, first, let's finish project 1. And onwards to project 2. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye! Crafty Cat out. No, I'm not gonna do that. Cause you wanna say hello? You wanna say hello? Thank you. Oh, good girl. He just wants some attention. Yeah.
Pottery. You want some attention? No, it's okay. She's so cute.